Hey y'all, I'm Lachlan, and in today's video we are back on Solime, and I have some areas that I need to show y'all that I worked on off camera the other day when I was kind of away from YouTube for a little bit for personal family reasons. But like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you enjoy my content and don't want to miss out on any time that I post. But yes, I am currently in one of the areas that is fairly new. It is right by my house. So yes, this is where I store my yellow and white flowers, but yes, here is my house that you have known that I've moved, but I essentially wanted to have a farm nearby. So I have all my pumpkins right here, and then I have my orchard, and I had these trees here before, or for a while, but I actually decided to decorate the area, and so I left things as is. I have 2 of each type of fruit tree, and then back here are the rest of my crops, and I really enjoy how this turned out. I like the pathing I did especially, and then these 2 areas are also linked back here. It's a very interesting shape, but I like how this looks. So this is how the area around my house is going to be. Obviously all these flowers will eventually not be here, but I do have a few other areas I want to show you as well. And as I am about to show you some areas, I am going to do some cleanup, but I am hopefully back to regular scheduled content. You'll get 2 videos this week. And I did do a little decorating in this area as well. I actually did this 2 nights ago, because before, if you saw my last video, and I'll put a link down below to that, but I just did a lot of terraforming and waterscaping and didn't work on designing except for this little build right here. But this water and those little waterfalls up there and this bridge were not here in that video. So the water and the bridge were not here before in this area right next to me. It essentially was just this spot here, and then this huge landmass over here didn't have anything on it. There were no trees or anything. I wasn't sure what I was going to do there, but I essentially wanted to link the 2 land masses a bit, or kind of bring in more of that water. I felt like the water mouth just kind of ended in that one spot, so I just wanted to, spread the love with the water, and so I made this little bit here enough to build a bridge, and then I did those waterfalls. So I just need to add trees and things and decorate up there. I might do that in a build, or I might do that off camera, but I did do the flowers and some few things just along the edges. And then this up here was the other build that I actually did do in that video. And I also changed the color of this fountain, or this pond, to green instead. It was a teal color before, but now it matches. So that's essentially the 2 actual builds that you have seen recently. All of the trees and the waterscaping and terraforming that you see here. There might be more flowers here than there was before, but as flowers grow amongst the path, like where they're not supposed to grow, I end up placing them elsewhere on the island as I'm doing my dailies. So that's kind of where all of these flowers come from. See, here's some more right here. This is what I'll do. I'll go around and gather all the flowers that are out of place. And then as my pockets get full, I will place them elsewhere on the island. So I think I'm going to add a couple flowers, and I kind of stick to the edges as well. The campsite will be moved up here eventually, and that's kind of what this whole area over here is going to be for, is a big campsite build. But let me go down and show you some of the other areas you haven't seen, and it is literally all of this. Probably the last time you saw in town was probably when I designed Biff's home, like the outside here, and at the time, it was Frank who lived here, but I moved Tabby, and I think I told y'all that in the video. And then off camera, I ended up designing Tabby's home inside and out, so she now has like a flower shop. And then Biff, I just designed his, I don't know, it was very rustic, very, very Biff-like, but I also designed the inside and outside of his home, so it kind of sticks with the color scheme and theme of the island. Now, everything else that you see here might look new, because it is. I ended up designing the outside and inside of Benjamin's home. I made it where he is now a coffee shop, but there's 2 little tables here that you can chill out, and this really turned out really well. I wasn't sure exactly how I was going to decorate this space here right beside his house. I tried to stick with the same size of the area right here, like the pathing, to match how Tabby's home is too. So I tried to keep the lots in front of the villager homes, at least the ones that are closest to the street, the same size. And so I did that, and then after I did all of that, this entire area right here was just kind of bare, and I didn't know what to do, so I just did the brick path first and then played around with some of these pillars and the string lights, and then I decided to fit a pergola here, and it all came together and turned out to be a cafe. Like I said in my last video, I just needed things to do, things that I enjoy doing. And Animal Crossing designing is something that I really enjoy doing. And so the week that I was away, I just took my time and just did things that I enjoy. And AC was definitely that for me. And then the other thing that I did was designing the museum. I think it turned out pretty good. I obviously wanted to put the fountain here. There's actually not a lot of items, but I wanted it to be accessible. Like, you can still go inside the museum, you can walk all the way around this fountain, and you can sit on the benches that are out front. I did the custom code here for this is where Frank lives now, and I will probably be redesigning his home. I'm not sure I like that metal type of siding that his home comes with. I ended up changing Biff's too, because his was like a red metal siding, and so now his is more natural looking and just looks a lot better. I think the only thing I'm gonna work on today is Timbra's home. And yes, Timbra was not here before. She was one of the dreamies on my list for the island. Alice was actually the one that just recently lived here, and she was kind of one that I knew I would get rid of eventually. She kind of matches the color scheme, but I wanted to bring more green villagers, and Timbra has some green with her horns. So I did the pathing here, and I did put up the fencing that goes all the way around her house. But the only way you can get back there if you follow the sidewalks. I wanted everything to seem like real life, and so somebody would completely fence in their house. And so that's what Timbra's got going on. And the idea of her build, at least on the outside and probably for the inside too a little bit, is for her to be the actual brewery, or the place that brews the beer that is sold on the island. So here's a truck that's headed in her direction to probably pick up more to sell. And then here is a past build that I did, which was the local pub in town where you can enjoy and have drinks and things. But this is the pub that she sells all of her beer at. But I'm going to get some items out of storage, and we will work on Timbra's build. Yeah, there we go. That's exactly it. So I'm going to put some of these tanks down. Like I said, I did work on designing these to hopefully all fit here. So hopefully this works out. My thought is that all of the beer is being processed or basically stored in these giant green tanks, and maybe 3 is enough. I didn't have a huge plan for what I was going to do. Just a general idea. But yeah, I am glad to be back. I haven't recorded in a little bit, and you think something like this would be easy for me to just get right back in the groove of things, but as I'm doing this right now, I feel like I'm struggling just a little bit to talk while I'm doing this, which is strange for me. So if I'm a little quiet, I just feel like I'm a little out of touch right now, and I'm not exactly sure why. So please bear with me. How have y'all been? I know it's been a little bit. Hope you didn't miss me too much, but at the same time, I hope you missed me, if that makes sense. I definitely missed being here. But yes, how are you doing? I hope everyone has been doing well, and nothing has been too out of the ordinary for y'all. If you're caught up on me at all, you know that my grandmother passed and things, but I'm definitely doing a lot better today. And this week in general, especially last week, it was a lot better for me. If I'm honest, it's just a day-by-day type of thing. Let me know down below something new. What type of games are you playing? I know this is a big topic that I'm sure everyone is aware of, but Apparently modding switches is a huge thing at the moment. I, for one, do not have the correct type of switch to have a modded switch. So you will not see those types of videos from me, but I am really enjoying seeing those from other people. But there are plenty of people out there that are doing that right now. And I will think when I'm creating the description for this video, I will try to remember, and I will link their channels down below. So if you are curious about modding and all those types of things, go check them out down below. Okay, what am I looking for? I am struggling today. Okay, here, this is what I need. I need this. I need this. My brain is not working today. It is Sunday as I'm recording this. It's been a very chill day. If I just pause like mid-sentence, it's because my brain is not active. Okay, I do have this space here. That's just very awkward and I don't know what to put here. I'm not married to this bush being here. We're all about changing it up. We're all about changing it as we go. A lot of my builds too aren't always the same weeks later, but I do usually go back and change things. So let's put these right here. There, now we have those in that little awkward spot and perfect. Okay, that looks good. Now what else do I have? Let's put the sideways barrel right there. We'll add the stool. Actually, let's add the stacked bags. We'll turn these to the side. The decorative bottles down here. Yes, yes, yes. I like that. Okay. But does that look weird? Yeah, that looks weird. I'm all over the place. Y'all are getting a little sneak peek into my brain and how it works. It's a lot of this, to be honest. I want you to be able to see all of these items. It has to be layered like a certain way for it to look right, if that makes sense. I essentially try to layer the taller things in the back and then kind of shorter stuff as you move more to the foreground. This sideways pirate barrel looks very strange. Okay, I like that. That looks better. Okay, vintage stool, we'll put that back. Let's put the boxes here. So the things that I'm struggling with, at least on this island, I'm trying to keep the amount of items at a minimum because I'm trying to keep the island lag low as much as possible. So that's one thing. That's one challenge that I deal with. And then the other challenge is the layering aspect. I also want my villagers to be able to walk freely throughout the island with minimal issues. So there's quite a few different challenges that I deal with or I think about when I'm doing these types of things. So let's put the garbage bin here. I'm not sure about these boxes. Maybe if I had the longer ones, I think that might look better than those. Oh yeah, I have these cooking tools. Does that look weird putting them there? I don't think so. I think that looks good. I'm trying to keep the same type of like stainless steel aspect too, because these are kind of like kegs over here. And so she has all the stainless steel stuff outside. What was I getting out of my storage? Why am I here? Oh yeah, boxes. Okay. It's just one of those days. I haven't done a whole lot today. Did play some video games with my husband earlier. He got me an early birthday present of a Nintendo GameCube, which super excited and happy to have. I've never had one before. I never grew up playing on the GameCube, so that is really new for me and we're having a lot of fun with it. We played on some of that the other day to make sure it worked when it came in. And then today we played on the Nintendo 64 that was my original one that I had growing up. So we played some Mario Party for a little while. You can still walk over all of these, so yeah. Kind of a messy yard for Timbra. I wasn't expecting to have something like this for her, but I think that she would, you know, brew some beer and do a good job doing it. I asked my husband because I had to bring Timbra and Dina to the island still. They were the last two villagers on my list for the island. And so I asked him if he could pick between the two villagers who would be more likely to brew beer. And he thought Timbra would be the best fit for that. And I don't blame him. I think that I think that's a good idea, because now Dina will be closer to the port, and since she's a duck, it just makes sense. So I think this is it. I think this is what we're gonna do with this. I'm not gonna do the inside or outside. What am I saying? Oh my gosh. I'm not gonna do the interior or exterior of her home. I'll do that probably off camera, or maybe let me know down below. Okay, here's a question for y'all. Besides, if you've been playing anything, have you been modding your switches? Let me know. But here's another question. Would you like to see me design some interiors on this island? I actually haven't shown any interiors on Solime yet, or at least designing them for Solime. I don't believe I have. If I have, I've slept since then and I forgot. So I've only done Biff, Tabby, and Benjamin's homes so far. So that's only 3 out of the 10. So we still have 7 villagers left to design their homes. So let me know if you would like to see some interior designing on the island. But I do think I am going to end the video off here. This was a shorter video, but I did do a little bit more chatting than I normally do, and you did get a little bit more of a peek inside of my brain, or at least how my brain is acting today. So like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you've enjoyed this video and don't want to miss out on any future content that I have. Look forward to me playing a new game come this Thursday. I'm real excited to see y'all see me play that game and let me know your thoughts. And yeah, I'm glad to be back and into the swing of things, and thank you so much for watching.